Glenna with Planning with Glenna. If you are new here, I am a senior brand ambassador with 212, and I help business owners and professionals develop systems to help you take your business to the next level and focus on what matters most. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I have a question for you. Do you have a million things going through your head that need to be done and you just get overwhelmed because you have sticky notes and you have a calendar and you have things in your phone and you have a list on your refrigerator, you might have your kids' schedules. All these things are coming at you. You're getting emails and messages, and you just don't know how to put them together in a system that works for you. Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. I am continually developing new processes that help me as well as my customers. And so I wanted to share something with you today that is super helpful. And I tweaked this process just a little bit this week. So I wanted to give you an idea of what I did. I had so many things going through my head that I needed to get done. And some of them are really little things, but if I don't write it down, I won't remember that I need to do it. So I started a stack of items on my desk that were people I needed to call, something I needed to check on, someone I needed to send a note to, etc. And this is a great idea because now what I'm planning to do, as long as that thing is not urgent and doesn't have to be done at that very moment, I'm going to create a stack. And then once a week, usually on Sundays when I plan my week, I will go through that stack and add those things to my to-do list. So if you know me at all, you know that I love pink, and I have this basket. So I just put everything in the basket. I'm going to leave that basket on my desk, and during the week, as I think of things that need to be done that aren't urgent, they're going in this basket. And then once, maybe twice a week, I will sit down, go through the basket, and add those things to my to-do list. So one of the products that I like to use is our insert called Declutter Your Mind. You do not have to use that insert. If you don't have it, you can use a piece of notebook paper. I'm going to share with you how I will use it going through my basket and just kind of some of the things that are in my head that I know that I need to get done. So I'm going to switch over so that you can see my insert and see how I go through the process. So switch this so that you can see. This is my insert. First of all, this insert is made to help you, and it does not have to be perfect. You can see I started to use it at Christmas and I did not finish it. So I have learned, I'm kind of OCD about things, but I have learned that it's okay to use some whiteout in your planner. I don't used to, I hated whiteout in my planner, but you know what? We've got things done. It doesn't have to be perfect. Progress is better than perfection. You can't see it right now, but I have something on my wall that says that. Sorry, my focus is, every time I move my hand, it goes out of focus. I whited out here, and I'm going to put, when I'm recording this, it is February 13th, which is Thursday. So it doesn't even have to be on a Monday when you're starting this. And one of the things that you can do is if you do have a 2 of 12 planner or another planner, and it is Thursday and you haven't picked up your planner this week or you haven't planned out your week, sometimes that's the reason that we have all these things going through our heads, right? Is we have not used our planner for the week. So you can pick this up and you can start what I call a brain dump and write down all the things in your head that are important to you. One of the things I love about this insert is that we have circles and squares. And you can use these in many different ways. If you have watched any of my videos, you know that I love my zig dot markers. And the reason is because we have a dot on this end and a fine point on this end. I apologize for my blurriness there. I don't know why it's doing that. I have different colors of zig dot markers for different areas of life. So for example, green is finances. This teal color is home because I love pink. The pink one is my work color. The thing that I love about this is you can make this list random and in any order that you want. It does not have to be by color, because what you can do is you can go back and fill in the colors. You can use colored pencils, you can use highlighters, whatever works for you. I absolutely love my zig dot markers, and I use them in many different areas of my planner. So they are completely worth the investment to me. I will be sure to put the link in the comments if you want to. I grabbed those from Amazon. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going through my basket. So I'll just show you some of the things in my basket and how I'm using this to trigger reminding me of the things that I need to do. The first one is this gorgeous cover, and this was the an item that we could earn through Tula 12. So thank you so much to my customers for supporting me, because that allowed me to earn this beautiful navy cover with stars on it. And I need to do a video because I got a couple of other things in that package, and I want to share that in my VIP group. So I want to do, our reward system is called 12 rewards. So I'm going to just write down 12 rewards video. And I will go back and color code these afterward. The next thing I have is a sticky note. And I have something that comes out quarterly that I pay for, and it will be deducted from my checking account in March. So I want to go ahead and set aside the money for that. So I'm going to write to set aside my Ignite membership. That I have in my stack is my headed to conference insert. I'm so excited because our Tula 12 conference is in July, and I have several team members going. And the first thing that I need to do, we're going to share an Airbnb or Vrbo or some kind of a rental house there. And I need to start looking into that. So I want to check on the Vrbo. That different, I don't know, but that's what I call it. I need to get that process going so that we can find out our cost, make sure that that's going to work for us, and all of that. I did do a video the other day showing what is inside this insert. If you would like to see it, put conference in the comments and I will send you the link. The item that I have out is this is my social media planner, and I need to work on my social media content. What I'm doing with this, and this insert has a place for your to-do list or your brain dump, and then it has top 3, easy 3, next 3, which I'll talk about in just a minute, and then it has another section down here. And because I know that I have a lot of social media tasks that I need to get done, this is going to be my social media spot where I put all of those. And the first thing that I need to do is videos. This is one of them. So I'm going to write Mind. Check that one off, couldn't I? Because I'm doing that video right now. I'm going to go back and list the other videos. I actually have some notes typed out that I'm not going to go through now, but when I finish this, I will add those other videos on there that I need to get done. The next thing I have is, I love our journals. This one is kind of a brush fabric. It's so gorgeous. And this is for some training that I'm taking. And I have some notes in here. I attended a training session the other night, and there were some great tips. So I want to, I'm considering switching my calendar to TidyCal. So I'm going to look into TidyCal. It is a one-time purchase through AppSumo. And I'm thinking about switching over to that because I think that will work really well. Another thing is I use Kajabi for my courses and a lot of other things, and they have added the capability to create folders. So for example, I just did a goal setting course, and now I can put all of my goal setting items into one folder. So I need to create Kajabi folders. There's a lot in there because I haven't been using it for very long, so it won't take me too long to do that. So I'm going to add that on there. The next journal that I have is my, sorry, I've got a sticky note on the front of this one I'm trying to take off. This is my goals journal. I love, this is my favorite Tula 12 pattern ever. And I have an accountability buddy. We did a Zoom the other day and she gave me some, we just talked through some things and I made notes of some things that I want to do. So I am going to go my list from that page. That means when I see that. The next thing I have in my stack is a bill that I need to pay. Actually, that down. Won't show you that one, but I received a super fun goodie package from my upline, and it was super sweet. She had a an incentive for our team, and I won. So I have all of these fun things that she gave me. So the first thing I want to do is I want to send her a thank you message, and then I need to put these items away. So I'm going to send her a thank you message. It would take me 2 seconds to stop and send her the thank you message, but I am trying to get all the things out of my head at one time instead of stopping to do something. My problem is I get so easily distracted that if I stopped to do this, to send her the thank you message, obviously if I wasn't recording a video and I was doing this on my own, I would get distracted and I would do something else. And I would go through the package and I would decide where everything needed to go, and I would probably play with stickers and all of that. I don't want to do that right now. I want to stay focused. That is why, even though the message would only take a short amount of time, I want to keep going with what I'm working on. I'm working really hard on having what I call strategic blocks, which are something from the 12-week year. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I love that book. And a strategic block is anything, he recommends 3 hours. Not everyone can do 3 hours, so you make it for whatever works for you. But I try to do as long of a time as I can if I can't do 3 hours. And today I do have the ability to do a 3-hour session. So one of the things that I'm doing is recording my videos. And I'm not stopping to do other things. That is the key to this system and any other type of projects that you're trying to get finished. is to sit down, turn off notifications, not let anything distract you, and go through all the things. All right, the other thing that I put in my basket is an ink cartridge, because my black ink cartridge I have enough of, but I need to get colored ink cartridges. So I am writing that down, and I will add that to my grocery list so that I don't forget to get those. This is kind of where the basket idea developed. I was working on in my strategic block, and I was working on some things, preparing for videos and things like that. I printed out some notes, and I realized that my ink cartridge was running out. It would be really easy for me to stop what I'm doing, go write that on my grocery list. I have to look up the number because I don't remember the number of the ink cartridge. And then I would go write it down. I promise you I would get distracted. So all I did was I pulled out, I knew I still had the black cartridge. It's in a bucket right behind me. I just pulled that out, popped it in the basket, took me 2 seconds. And then when I got ready to do this, so let's say that this is Thursday and I'm not making this list until Sunday, I would remember at that point that I needed to add that to my grocery list. So it's a way to help you stay focused, which I know many of us struggle with. I know all the girls in my membership group, that's what we've been talking about, is how to stay focused and not get sidetracked and not, scroll and do all the things. So that's why I'm sharing this with you, to help you get all those things out of your head and onto paper. There are other things that I could add to this list right now that are in my head that I know I need to do. For example, I need to do a menu. I need to make my grocery list. But for time's sake, I'm just going to show you how I would do this. I would go back and use my dot markers, and doing the video is a business task. Look into Tidy Cow, create a Kajabi folder, add to my goals to-do list, thank you message. All right, so then if I switch over, setting aside my money is for the membership is a finance. Check on Verbo. I'm going to consider that finances as well. Paying the bill that I need to pay is finances, of course. And the colored ink cartridge, I am going to consider that. This is my home color. And because it goes on my grocery list, it's going to get this color. And then, of course, my social media things would all be pink. And this column only has squares. So I would just fill those in and then check them off. Now, this is where you can make this your own. You can absolutely use this as your to-do list for the week or the day if you want to. Or you can forward these to your weekly planner. I'm not going to go there, even though that's what I do, because I want this to be super simple. And I want you to be able to know how to take this insert and use it just as it is. So of all of these things, my top 3 would be the 12 rewards video, and Declutter Your Mind video. I'm kind of cheating, right? Because I'm doing that right now. But that is my top 3. And my next one is going to be my next video, which is going to be about our monthly insert. So I'm going to write monthly insert video. And I'm also going to put that down here because I know that's the next one that I need to record. All right, my easy 3 will be write down the things from my goals to-do list. And pay the bill that I need to pay. And thank you message to my upline. All right, my next 3, and what I like to do is once I've written it over here, this is going to go, for me, this will go in my weekly planner. So I'm going to check it off over here because I've forwarded it over here. So this is forwarded. This is forwarded. The goals to-do list is forwarded. Paying this is forwarded. And the thank you message, because that way, when I'm getting to the next 3, I can look and see which items I have left. For me, it's important for me to set aside this money because I don't want it to creep up on me and I don't have the money set aside for it. So that's going to be my next 3, is to set aside that money. And so I'm going to check that off. I'm going to put the colored ink cartridges on here because I know I'm about to run out. And I need to get those replaced pretty quickly. And then the third item is definitely going to be the Verbo because several of the girls are waiting to hear on that. So I'm going to put that as my my next 3, the third item. So the things I have left actually are not considered urgent. They are things that I want to get done, but this is already going to give me a couple of days worth of things that I need to do. So I can come back to this list and I can add these to the next week. I could either forward them over and start a new list, or I could just keep going with my list. I like to just keep going. Once I have forwarded these things into my weekly planner, or if you're just using this, once you have checked those off, then you can just keep going on this list. Another thing that you can do is you can write beside these what day of the week you want to do it. If you're only using this and not a weekly planner, let's say that obviously I'm recording this, as I said, on Thursday. So this is my Thursday activity for sure. This one I'm going to do next. This one I'm not going to do until next Tuesday. So if I can just write on here that I want to do it on Tuesday. So you can also use it, you can denote dates, you can highlight. I also have highlighters that match my dot markers. So if you want to highlight, say, the most important things, you can do that as well. Sometimes when I've done this, I have filled up the whole page with to-do items because I had so many things going through my head. And even if I have it color-coded, it would be super helpful to just go through and highlight the things that have a deadline or the things that I wanted to accomplish first and then put it over here. I am super visual, so the more color I can add, the better for me. That helps me to see what has to come next and sort out the priorities. So that's just another tip for you. Tip is give yourself grace. We make these long lists of all these things that we need to do, and we feel like we have failed if we don't get them all done. We look at it and we are so overwhelmed with everything that's on there. Highlight it, use markers, colored pencils, whatever you need to do so that you have it all in one place, but don't feel like you have to accomplish them all at once. This is your brain dump. This is just so that you don't forget it. All of those things do not have to be checked off this week or month. If you want to put some off, if there's a project that you want to do and you know that you can't get it done for a couple of months, at least if you've written it down in your Declutter Your Mind, then you can come back to it and you will remember, oh, I want to do this. This would be a good week to do that. I like to encourage my customers and my coaching group members to have a list somewhere just like this of things that you want to implement. You can refer back to it. It doesn't have to be something that you're implementing soon. But if you have it written down, you don't forget. At least for me, if it's not written down, it's probably not going to happen. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I hope it's given you some ideas. I obviously love this insert. I love using the dot markers and the check marks in the boxes because that works for me. If you don't have the insert and you want to do it on a piece of paper, you can obviously do that as well. The thing that I love about this is that you have it to refer back to, because like I have older lists in here that I used a long time ago, and that way I can always refer back to it. This one's from September of last year. This is not something that I personally use every single week, although I do have customers that use this instead of a weekly insert. I use it when I'm overwhelmed and I feel like I need a brain dump and I know I have a really long list and that I cannot accomplish those things all in one week. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I will leave the link for Declutter Your Mind in the comments. If you have any questions at all, please post them in the comments. I'm happy to help you. If this does not work the way your brain thinks, let me know. Tell me why it wouldn't work, and I can help you figure out something that would. I hope you have an awesome day, and thank you so much for hanging out with me.